which could never come out of her mouth ever. I couldn't get it. Yeah. Yeah, and I don't know. But no, there's kids who don't. Right, yeah, so he's so it's going to be talking about so what model is this? Especially that just
So yeah, I mean, it's been, I mean, we DFW for years.
but Dallas specifically, the first one I ever did was Dallas. So we've done it in the district, and we've really been one of the first years since then. But yeah, this is should we find Will? Yeah, Will. He's right here.
Testing. Which one? Yeah, I didn't want to mess with it. Hello? Testing? Perfect. Okay, we can invite everybody to sit down if you'd like to. Certainly, there's plenty of seats. If you'd like to come inside. We're going to get started in about a minute or two. Testing. There's feedback. Good morning.
Morning.
Is this mic working for me, or I'll just try to be loud enough? Thank you all for coming this morning. This is a good day. We're excited to see so many people here. Jenny Schultz, Gay Willis, glad y'all are here. Jaime, yes, of course. Thank y'all for being here. And I saw Kevin Spath. Where was he? Anyway. Oh, there you are. Hey, absolutely. Ken Malcolmson, as always, we're glad you're here. Congressman Allred wanted to be here but could not, and instead he sent a letter that I'm going to quickly read. As the representative for Texas's 32nd Congressional District, I'm so excited to join in the celebration of this momentous groundbreaking event this morning. As residents of North Texas, many of us have fond memories of them all. But we've also seen huge growth in the Metroplex over the last decade, in the evolution of development and desires for our communities. Major developments like this can only come through the combined efforts of many groups and dedicated folks. I'd like to thank the tireless advocates of the Dallas City Council, the Beck family and Beck Ventures, who've all worked extremely hard to ensure this project comes to fruition. I think our neighbors can look forward to a future with a mixed-use development on this site that merges shopping, lodging, entertainment, and green spaces. I raised my family here in Dallas, and I'm always glad to see the innovative ways that our business and municipal partners in tandem can come together to create spaces for our community. I look forward to seeing the continuation of this project. Sincerely, Colin Allred, Member of Congress. All right, at this moment, I'll invite Scott, my partner, up to the stage. As we all know, Scott's the CEO of Beck Ventures, led the design for the Town of Trophy Club. He's ultimately the master development partner for all of Midtown and helped in the zoning, the TIF district, everything that helped lead to this day. So with that said, Mr. Scott Beck.
Waiting for this one?
Yeah.
All right, that's nice. Thanks, Will. Well, thanks for everybody coming today. Ladies and gentlemen, honored guests, distinguished elected officials, esteemed members of the City Council, dedicated staff, and certainly the media. Thank you for covering this story and being present today. I also wanted to extend a warm welcome to all of the neighborhood residents and businesses that have come today, and certainly that are listening via web stream or other venues to see what we're talking about. Your engagement and support for this project is the heart and soul of what we're about to undertake. Today, we stand at the precipice of change. Looking behind me, which you can't see because there's something behind me right now, we see the fully demolished Valley View Mall and the future site of what will become Dallas Midtown. For those of us who have fond memories of Valley View Mall, including myself as I was born and raised here in Dallas, today marks the new chapter in this story. Its transformation will be a testament to the potential of North Dallas and the greater Dallas County. We will soon break ground on our first project, which we'll talk about a little bit later in today's press conference, a mixed-use building with 26,000 square feet of retail and restaurant, including 275 units of upscale apartments with front entrance to the district on Preston Road in Dillbeck. And that's an image of what the project will look like, just to my right, to your left. This is just the beginning. Dallas Midtown isn't just simply a series of structures. It's a testament to the spirit of unity, diversity, and innovation in Dallas. Envision a mixed-use village on a parcel of land larger than Uptown that will redefine the North Dallas landscape and bring a robust new tax base to our beloved city. Dallas Midtown will be a vibrant hub where people can live, work, and play all in one place, with direct connectivity to the Galleria Mall through a future elevated tram project which will offer exceptional shopping experiences, hotels, residential, and a range of entertainment options, modern office spaces, and a delightful culinary experience, thus creating a dynamic community where everyone feels welcome. Our promise is not just to construct buildings, but to build a vibrant community that boosts economic growth and brings a renewed sense of vibrancy to North Dallas. This transformation reflects our collective vision and dedication to making Dallas an even greater city. As we move forward with this transformative project, we do so with gratitude for your support, really all of your support who are here today. It exceeds the expectations, which is what we hope to do, of our residents and our business. We look forward to partnering, and we thank you so much for being here, Janie, and the rest of the City Council, partnering with the City of Dallas and elected leadership to help incentivize global and regional businesses to choose Dallas Midtown over our neighboring cities. Far too often have we lost other projects to neighboring cities, and this really will give us an opportunity within the tax base of the city of Dallas, the farthest north large parcel of land. Thank you again for joining us today, for believing in this vision, and for being an integral part of the journey we're embarking upon. For our first project, which is this apartment project at the front door, I'd like to bring up to the podium my partner. You already met we have two partners in our apartment development company, which is called Anthem Commercial Construction. Will McNutt, who was here at the beginning and is the MC, I guess, of today. And Ross Frankfurt is the CEO of Anthem. And Ross is going to come up and give a couple of words on the mixed-use development project, which will be the first project that we aim to have a permit into the city of Dallas over the next few months, and hopefully starting the project by December or really January or February. Thank you. Ross?
I think thanks and acknowledgement is probably just as important as the announcement of a large, nice development like the one that we're about to start. So I just want to thank Scott and everybody for being here. Today's announcement of not only just the full demolition of the mall, but this mixed-use project that we're going to start is especially exciting and meaningful to me as a fourth-generation Dallasite. I grew up just down the road on Preston, and I have fond memories of going to Valley View Mall throughout my childhood. Seeing the mall finally gone gives me more than just feelings of nostalgia. It gives me excitement for what's to come. Being a part of the team that will develop this prime intersection is truly special. Our first project, as Scott announced, will be a luxury mixed-use project at the entry of Midtown off of Preston Road. This project will feature, as Scott said, 275 residential units with over 10,000 feet of amenity space and over 26,000 feet of ground floor retail. We view this project as the much-needed activator that will bring energy to this area and kickstart this entire development. We couldn't be more excited to get this project going. As the CEO of Anthem Development, I speak for our entire team that we are both excited for the opportunity and up for the challenges of our first imminent mixed use, as well as many more exciting developments to come. I want to personally thank Scott, Jeff Beck, and the entire Beck family for the opportunity and the trust that has allowed me and Anthem to be a part of this announcement today. I lastly want to thank Councilwoman Janie Schultz, whose leadership has made today and the future of this entire development a possibility. I'd like to thank you again and invite you to say some words about the district.
Thank you, everyone, and I hope you don't mind that I included my tremendous colleagues, Jaime Resendez from District 5, which represents Southern Dallas, and Gay Willis from District 13, and I'd like to acknowledge former council member Lois Finkelman for being here as well. Thank you all. I'm pleased to be standing here this morning. The final demolition and clearing of the Valley View site is an important step in the fulfillment of the vision set forth over 10 years ago by our city leaders, chambers of commerce, the development community, and neighbors. The vision of the Dallas International District is to be a new regional downtown that thousands of people call home. Thousands more are employed, and hundreds of thousands come from across North Texas and the world to visit as a global meeting place, whether in the park, our international restaurants, or to shop at the Galleria Dallas or the new retail to come. There's no better location in our city to bring people from the northern communities back into Dallas, for North Dallas residents to gather together, and for visitors from all over the world to experience the true spirit of Dallas, which is to welcome everyone. These 450 acres will be transformed over the years to become a place I'd like you to imagine with me right now. Picture looking at the east at the blocks of pedestrian-friendly shops and restaurants with residences, hotels, and offices towering above. Picture Preston Road with a continuous transportation service that enables residents to simply hop on and off as they run their errands. Look west toward Montfort and see the beautiful new street lined with trees and connectivity to the Silver Line, which will take North Texans to DFW Airport and bring visitors to the Dallas International District with ease. In the heart of the district will be our 20-acre park, rivaling Millennium Park in Chicago, which is about the same size, where people will relax, play, and gather with friends and family to hear music and enjoy global celebrations all year round. Right next to the park is the brand new Dallas ISD International STEAM Academy, an academy rivaling the best schools in Dallas, bringing back hundreds of area kids to our public schools. Students from pre-K to 12 from all walks of life will learn 3 languages, travel as part of the curriculum, and engage throughout the district and the region. The vision for the district is well underway, and there is more to come as we prepare for a forward-thinking 21st century development that celebrates, encourages, and inspires the diverse people and businesses of North Texas. Join us today, along with Beck Ventures and Anthem and everybody else who's here as key stakeholders, as we make the Dallas International District with the Midtown, Dallas Midtown, a place that makes every resident proud, delights every visitor, and puts Dallas on the map as a global city. Today marks a new phase in the development of this district. Beck Ventures will join the 400-plus owners today in the district and is moving forward to finalize the clearing the land and building their project Dallas Midtown, and the City of Dallas stands ready to celebrate those achievements. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Gay Donnell Willis of Dallas District 13, immediately across the street, across 635. But first I want to acknowledge our city manager, TC Broadnax, is here. Thank you for coming out for this important occasion. You know, there's not a community meeting I go to, no matter what the subject is, where when I open it up for Q&A, somebody does not ask me, hey, what's going on with Valley View? And I'm able to tell them about the extraordinary International District and the plans for a 20-acre park, and Dallas ISD's investment in a STEAM school, K through 12, where we will educate kids and make them global citizens and make our city so proud. And so I'm very excited about today and to be able to give them a new update that talks about this incredible anchor project that will bring the dollar density that we need to help bring all of the rest of this to life. So thank you so much to Councilmember Schultz, to the Beck family, and to Anthem, and to all the other partners who are a part of this. We are so excited to get this going, and I'm very excited to be able to share this news with my constituents, and I know with the City of Dallas. So thank you all so much.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jaime Resendez, and I'm also excited to be here to show my support. Even though this is not in Southeast Dallas, the district that I represent, this is a very important project for the City of Dallas. And it's also an example of what we can do as a city when we partner with the business community. Thank you, Mr. Beck, for everything you do and every stakeholder here. And I look forward to continuing to support this project and invite everyone here, the stakeholders, developers, business community, to come to Southern Dallas and Southeast Dallas in particular to see what else we can do that can be similar to this project. Thank you so much.
So we're not lighting off any fireworks. But we would encourage everybody over the next few months, when we do actually break ground on the first project, we'll invite everybody back to do that. I don't know if there's any questions. We're happy to take questions now. Happy to stick around afterwards. I don't know if members of council are nodding their head. They're available to answer any questions as well. Mr. Broadnax, I don't know if you wanted to say anything, or didn't want to put you on the spot, but I appreciate our esteemed City manager is here. So, really, I think what today shows is kind of turning over a new leaf, right? So, I guess I would encourage anyone from the media that we have turned over a new leaf. So we're not going to really be talking about what has happened in the past or hasn't happened in the past. We're going to just move forward from today, and positive messaging from a unity perspective of us working with the city of Dallas and city staff, and we're just excited about the next 10 years. And with that, I'll open it up to any questions. If you have any, we're happy to answer them. And I think Janie would be available if she wants. If you have any questions for her as well. Yes, ma'am.
How long do you expect this first project to take, and do you plan to start any other phases in the interim?
So, did everyone hear the question, or would you like me to repeat it?
Repeat it.
Okay. So, we don't have a microphone to hand around. So, the question was, how long will this first project take? And then, I'm sorry, the second part of that?
Do you plan to start any other projects?
And do we plan on starting any other projects? So this first project, as I'd mentioned, our plan is to get the permits into the city of Dallas over the next several months. Within, let's say, the next 90 to 120 days, we'd have a permit in with the city of Dallas. The city of Dallas, I don't know because we don't currently have anything in with the city of Dallas, but I know that it's been widely reported that there was quite a large hack that happened, and that may affect some of the timing. I think by the time we get it in the next 3 or 4 months, that probably won't be the case anymore. So with that being under normal cadence, and there are different ways that you can do permitting. We plan on using Q-Team, which is kind of a process where you have everyone all there at the same time. From a city staff perspective, which is an excellent process that they started, I think, about 10 years ago. So with that being said, that process should have us in the ground no later than first quarter, the beginning of first quarter. And the first thing that'll have to happen is that we have to put in the civil engineering. So we have to actually put, you won't see cranes going up, you'll actually see horizontal improvements, and that'll be right on Preston Road, so it'll be extremely visible because it's literally sitting at that light at Dilbeck and Preston. As for additional projects moving forward, post that project, we do have other plans for other projects, another apartment building, a hotel, an office building, but those are all really market driven. And so, you have to be living under a rock not to know that the Fed has been continuously raising interest rates. I think they're on number 10 now in a row. So, our economy may be slowing down. I think it is slowing down right now. But we certainly are going to build this first project. And my hope is that will catalyze and allow additional things to happen post haste. But ultimately, all of these things are really market driven. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I want to thank Beck Ventures. I'm a realtor, and every project that Beck Ventures has taken has only helped to enhance the value of properties in the surrounding areas. And I want to thank Beck Ventures for that effort. And I know that this effort will bring meaningful income to our city. I really appreciate it. I do want to ask, though, what is the differentiation? I know we've been kind of gaslighting, calling this area the international city. What is it? Is it Dallas Midtown or the international city?
Yeah, so it's her question, and Diane, she has her name there, is a resident here in Dallas, and her question was, there's confusion between the international district, which is and Dallas Midtown, and so the city of Dallas and the city council originally adopted the name Dallas Midtown for the overall district, which is substantially larger than just where the Valley View Mall is. And that was a parcel that basically it embodies property all the way from Preston Road to the toll road. So the Galleria is inside of this zoning ordinance. And then from 635 to just north of Alpha. And so the city council and the mayor adopted the new name of the international district for the overall encompassing. Within the international districts are going to be different projects. So it's not, the Galleria Mall is not renaming themselves the International District. They're the Galleria Mall. Our project is Dallas Midtown, where Valley View Mall used to be. I think there's brand confusion right now because there are multiple properties that have named themselves Midtown. So like there's an apartment building, which we have nothing to do with, on 635, which is called the Cornell at Midtown. There's probably 24 businesses within this area that have named themselves something to do with Midtown. And really that'll either change or not change over time. I think the council has set a vision for this inclusion of international community, international business, and time will tell. Things change. Things may change, they may not change. But those, we're supportive of again turning over the page into really what's happening from a new thing, right? In terms of and our project where we are here will be still called the Dallas Midtown Project, and so that's hopefully that clarifies from a media perspective. And I thank you for your question. I don't know, Jamie, did you have anything to add on that? Okay, great. Okay. Yes, sir.
Scott, can you talk at all about your global plan for financing this project?
The question was a global plan for financing the project. I assume you mean the first apartment building?
Well, really the question, will the financing be parcel by parcel as you develop it up?
Yeah, so Beck Ventures owns and controls 100% of the land today, and there's no debt on the property. So it's 100% equity right now. My father, who started the company 51 years ago after leaving Trammell Crow, our company has always been in the master plan community business, and so that's really how we do business. We're probably best known for, in the DFW Metroplex, a project that we did west of DFW. We're on our 36th year out there. It's called the Town of Trophy Club, and that was a very similar model that we're employing here. So specifically to answer your question, the first project that will have debt on it is the $80 million vertical construction project. So 100% of the equity is us. And then there's, as of right now, there are multiple term sheets and multiple debt providers that are interested. Again, interest rates rising, you just never know what happens from a marketplace perspective. But as of right now, it's full bore, green light, we're moving forward. And so, the financing is currently in place. Did that answer your question?
Yeah, maybe a follow-on question is, to what extent do you have to partner with the city for example, for the park or any other facilities that need city money?
So the question was, to what extent do you have to partner with the city for various other portions of the project? And so, when it comes to infrastructure internally, there's the position of the city is getting involved with public infrastructure is a quid pro quo requirement related to different things that the developer has to do. So if it's a hotel or it's an office building, there's opportunities to get involved with the city of Dallas. If it's an apartment building, then there's a question to be decided. Do you want to have affordable housing in that project, or do you not want to have affordable housing? Which is, a developer by developer driven thing. For us, it's mainly economics, and right now, the economic engine in order to pay for affordable housing comes from a tax increment financing district, and because nothing's been built here yet, there's no increment in it. So ultimately, there's no funds actually available in cash, like for example there would be with the Downtown Dallas Connection TIF. So in Downtown Dallas, because it's been going on for a long time, there's lots of money that's actually available. So an affordable housing project can actually be done as 20% set aside because dollars are actually available day one. And so I think the mechanism which city staff, and I know this TIF district, Kevin Spath, who's here today, and Amy Monnier and some other ones are involved with that, and they're very capable people of working with that TIF district. And it's a great mechanism, the TIF district, to have in place, because as we move forward, today we have an overabundance of affordability in this district. In fact, almost all of the housing stock in this district is 1970 and 1980s apartments, which by definition makes it affordable. What'll happen is over time, as you move forward and you start building newer stock, you're going to need, by definition, those people that own those apartment buildings will tear down those apartment buildings and then just build higher end apartment buildings. By then you'll have increment that you can actually spend to actually put in place apartments that have affordability in them. But right now, like 95% of the district is all affordable housing. For that's residential. Hopefully that answered your follow-up question.
Good, thank you.
Okay. Yes, sir, in the back.
Mr. Beck, how do you think it's going to affect employment during the construction phase? How is it going to benefit the area?
So the question is an employment question related to benefits to the area from an employment perspective. Well, certainly development breeds employment, right? So whether it's public infrastructure, which certainly the city of Dallas is currently underway with a complete streets project, which I think was in the last bond election, which our councilwoman Schultz has gone forward with that project, and I know Mr. Brodnick's has done that as well. I think the mayor's name's actually on the project, so Mayor Johnson was involved. So that's basically a narrowing of the street of Montfort, which clearly, if you drive up and down Montfort, there's probably at least 50 people that are employed right now building that project. So whether it's horizontal infrastructure, vertical construction, or certainly once these buildings are created, the jobs that'll be available inside of those projects is certainly profound. And so, we take stock in the fact that being able to provide opportunities for people to be able to not only live and play in this area, but also to work here, whether the buildings are being constructed or certainly after they're constructed, is certainly exciting for us. And that's part of the reason why we enjoy being in the master development business, to be able to see those things progress. Yes, sir.
You have a display over on the right called ATS Station location. What is the timeline for that project?
So over to my left is an automated transportation plan, which is part of the North Texas Council of Governments. It's a project that I know Janie Schultz has been working on tirelessly for even before she was on council, when she was part of economic development. So I think I'm going to invite our Councilwoman Schultz to come up here and talk about the People Mover. That is actually a project that's a city project.
Thank you. And before I do, let me just add also that Workforce Solutions, which is a huge training opportunity and program that uses state funds for job training, is actually opening up a whole new center right here also in the district, which should be open in the next few months. So it'll create all kinds of employment opportunities. Regarding the automated transportation system, we have a $10 million grant through the Regional Transportation Council to do a pilot project of automated transportation. And so we are still currently working out what the alignment would be for that, and whether or not it's elevated, and really clearly understanding the ultimate goal of this, which is to make this district, the International District, a transportation innovation zone. In other words, a place where we can test different things, but they are open and ready. And you can see over at the Beck Ventures at Dallas Midtown, there is the opportunity to have a partnership there with the ATS system. So it's still, so the bottom line is it's still in its planning phases, but it is absolutely part of the overall plan for the district.
And so I might also add, related to the People Mover, which is really neat. When Councilwoman Schultz was part of Planning Commission. Thank you. I was trying to figure out what the name was, but she was part of Planning Commission. She, as well as others, I was on the committee as well. So the city council member Lee Kleiman, who was the district representative of this area at the time, had secured dollars which actually funded the study. So this is actually from the Jacobs Engineering study, which was done now a couple of years ago. So it is kind of exciting that, you first have to do the study and the plan, you figure out, where that alignment might be, and as Councilwoman Schultz just articulated, now she's able to advance the ball, which is obviously very exciting from a district perspective, especially now that the mall is down and, we can actually get down to business and try to figure it out. Yes, sir.
I want to know, is North, Dallas Area Rapid Transit, and in any way going potentially included in this program?
So the question, and I'll let you answer. The question for everybody is, Dallas Area Rapid Transit is there a plan to have that included as part of the overall comprehensive plan? And I'm going to let.
Thank you very much. We are very closely aligned with DART on the perimeter of this right now. We are working with them on the connectivity at Montfort to the Silver Line, the Knoll Trail station. That connectivity is an essential part of the whole Silver Line project, which is commonly known as the Cotton Belt. And then in addition to that, we are just beginning, we just had our launch meeting yesterday to begin to talk about an entire study of transportation along Preston Road. And so DART will absolutely be a partner in that. The study will go from the city of Plano all the way down to 635. So looking at Preston Road and the traffic volumes and how we're going to make sure that residents in the area don't get overwhelmed by this new development and are able to live comfortably is a very, very important aspect of the city's work. And so we're going to be working closely with DART on that. Thank you.
And then it's an amazing question related to DART. And so part of it has been a long time over that 10-year period, the complete streets plan as well as the thoroughfare plan, which was adopted by city council probably, I mean, you were on planning commission at the time, so it's probably like 6-7 years ago, really describes how that interconnectivity would work. And so the question isn't just what happens when you get to the district, but then how do you orient yourself inside the district, right? And so the sidewalks are oversized, so effectively the sidewalks could allow for, bicycles or lots of people to be walking on them. And ultimately the city is going to be the ones that decide whether you can have bicycles on there or they have to stay in the streets or ultimately how that is. But the hike and bike trail, for example, there's a hike and bike trail that connects all the way down to White Rock Lake and now comes up to Alpha Road. It's now painted on the streets coming Alpha Road all the way to Preston Road and Alpha. And so there's concepts of how that then also connects into the district. So for example, this first project that you see, it appears from that, because it's difficult to see, that it's actually sitting on Preston Road, right? So that's the front door of the project, but the city, as part of the zoning and thoroughfare plan, there's a slip street. So when you drive into the project, there's another street inside that's not on Preston Road where you can park, and then there's accommodation between that and Preston Road for the hike and bike trail to continue all the way to the corner of Preston and 635, right? Which ultimately then would connect in through where Dallas Midtown is to this International District Park, right? And so all of that is kind of figured out as part of the planning process already. And so as we unfold what happens here, that would be in concert with what already has been planned. Anybody else have any questions? Yes, ma'am.
As you are probably well aware, people have been watching this plot for a very long time. You're building over it feels like a crusted boat. What will the rest of this lot look like while you're working on developing and securing other financing for additional phases? Is everybody still looking at rubble, or are you planning on doing some kind of beautification just to kind of make things look nicer?
Yeah, no, it's a great question. So, couple of things. The first thing is 100. We own most of the land right here, but we don't own all of it. And so, some of the land that's like sitting directly, for example, on Montfort or Alpha, we don't actually own that property. So when you're looking at the property, we're kind of behind it. So like you're sitting here, and the grass is cut, right? It's mainly asphalt. When you get closer to those sides, we can't control, obviously, what everybody does in the area. From a beautification perspective, over time, as we get closer to that project opening, we'll see most of this area have more green on it, as opposed to just vacant asphalt parking lots. So that's kind of the plan, is that you have to still have kind of the connectivity. The parcel just over this way, which is kind of behind the office building, the United Texas Bank building on the corner. Behind that was the old Sears parcel, which we also don't own. Seritage owns. And that actually already has road infrastructure on it and 4 distinct parcels. So it's kind of it's hard to say exactly what it's going to look like. And you know, the hope is over the next 36 months, as we're building the first project, we'd be building additional projects also. But at this point, we don't really know. One of the nice components of building your first project on Preston Road is that the entrance and exit to that first project is on Preston Road. And so the rest of it can continue to get developed as people are working, and playing at the Preston Road project. We are around if anybody has any additional questions. Thank you for your attendance. Thank you again to all of the city council people, to our to CC Broadniks for coming, members of the media and residents, and look forward to showcasing a groundbreaking here within the next number of months. Take care. Thank you. Thank you so much.